program settings available in Forte version 2.2. To get to program settings from the application, you click on the saw blade icon up in the top toolbar. Along the left-hand side, you just have different categories of program settings. The first one is general. This is where you're going to set your building code and hanger manufacturer, if you like using strong ties or U.S. feet. Also the units of measure, whatever your preferred units of measure are. If you make any changes, you are given the option at the bottom of your screen to save the program settings for the rest of the time you're using Forte, or you can only apply it to the current job, and the next time you start at a different job, you'll have the original settings. Next option on the left-hand window is language. Currently we have English and French available. The next option down is load. This is where you then put your load duration factors. They're set to typical for most of the country. You may be in an area with maybe a heavier snow load, say a mountainous region. You need to increase your load duration factor for snow. You can increase that load duration factor either by moving the little scroll bar or by typing in the box. Same thing for the different load duration factors you have for floor, roof, snow, wind, and seismic. You can only increase your load duration factor. You can't reduce it below code minimum. Next option down the list is deflection criteria. And you're given a description of what those different deflections are. You can edit the deflection criteria on a member-by-member basis. This is just the default that it would default to when you start a new member. One note on dropping and wall headers, they default to L over 360. Even if you have the recommended or the high deflection criteria chosen, it's going to default to L over 360. And a couple other go through the shallow wall headers limited to the maximum load. Your deflection for your floor members up in this upper section. You can also set your deflection for roof members down in this lower section here. And one note on flat roof members, that's anything with less than a quarter and 12 slope, will default to L over 360, so a little more stringent, and that's to prevent ponding. And there's a link to the deflection criteria help file for a little more in-depth description of what the deflection criteria are. Deflection settings. That is the program settings for Forte version